here, SBG head coach. We're going to talk about some hand wrapping today. All right, and first let's talk about some of the benefits of wrapping your hands. First and foremost, it'll protect your hand. You got a lot of small bones in the actual hand itself. And then additionally, if you're starting to rip punches on pads or on the bag really hard and your wrist isn't in that perfect position, sometimes it can bend back. It can add some stress on the joint there, and this will help you prevent a lot of that pain, a lot of that injury, okay? Now, I want to make sure that I'm wrapping my hands not only for safety, but also to improve the longevity of my gloves, okay? It's very easy for me to take this hand wrap, throw it in like a mesh bag and wash it in my washing machine, dry it in my dryer, and get it fresh and clean, whereas the gloves are a little bit harder to keep smelling nice, right? So you combine some hand wraps with maybe some inserts into your glove, and you can keep those things lasting longer and smelling fresher, all right, for an extended period of time. So let's get into the wrap. First of all, I'm just gonna unvelcro it and let it all roll out right there. Okay, and also look, sometimes people ask about wrapping the hands for MMA. If you're wearing MMA gloves, you don't need to be ripping on people, okay? There shouldn't be these hard, powerful strikes, so it's really not necessary. Of course, we wrap our fighters' hands because they're gonna go in there and punch and kick, as hard as they possibly can. But while we're training in MMA in here, if you're hitting somebody as hard as you can with 7 or 4 ounce gloves, then you're not really being a great training partner. So we don't encourage that, and therefore wraps aren't really necessary for that. Okay, so let's get into the wrap. First of all, I want to throw this little loop over my thumb here, and I'm always going to wrap away from my thumb, okay? Initially, I'm going to bring this across and wrap it around my wrist some, and when I'm wrapping around my wrist, I always want to make a fist, okay? And what that does is it just thickens up this area right here and prevents it from, the wrap from cutting off my circulation, okay? And I'm not going super tight, I'm just kind of folding it over. I go 3 times around the wrist. Okay, now I'm going to come up and hit a couple times around the knuckle. Notice how I'm going over the knuckle with the middle of the wrap, okay? So the joint lines up with the middle of the wrap, and you'll see how that kind of fits in here in a minute. All right, so I'll get 3 wraps around there as well. Now I'm going to come back down across the top of the hand. Notice how I went up across the top, and now I'm going down across the top. The top is the most important. So if I'm going to make a certain area thicker than the other, it's definitely going to be the top. I want to protect those small bones in there. Okay, once I go over the top, I'm going to come back around the thumb, and I'm going to come up in between the pinky and the ring finger. Okay, and then again between the ring and the middle, and one more time between the middle and the poindexter. Okay, and I'm making sure as I do that I don't twist it at all. At the beginning, we saw that it said this side up, and the reason being is it's going to line up with my Velcro at the end. If I get a twist in there during this process, that Velcro is not going to line up right. So again, I'm going to go back around the thumb and across the top, underneath, and kind of connect all those wraps that I just did between my fingers. Give it a couple wraps right there around the knuckle. Make sure that's secured properly. Go back down over the top of the hand to the wrist, and again, remember, make that fist down there so you don't cut off your circulation. And again, I'm not going really tight down here. I want to make sure that I get some of this wrist area anchored in. I'm going to go up one more time. Boom. Oh no. Go up one more time there. And that's not a problem. If you get it to where it's not lining up perfectly, just unwrap it one time. Some of these wraps have different lengths, so if you get used to wrapping with, let's say, a 120 and then you grab a 180, you might do that every now and then. But ultimately, we end up with a really nice, clean-looking wrap. Very secure. All right, hope that helps you.